There was this dude, Teco, who was always in my comment box on my every pic. He was the kid of dude who was always chatting to himself in my inbox, and always overly nice in the comment section. He always told me, "Afiwi, I love you," and I always dismissed it as crazy talk. On the 14th of February, he dropped in my inbox as usual, offering me lunch, and I wasn't interested as always. After second thoughts, I realized I had no dude, no Valentine plans, and no money, so I decided to take him up on his offer. I met the goofy guy in town, and I realized he was the most boring dude I had ever met. Overly nice, overly polite, and overly into me while I wasn't. We sat at KFC having small talk and just couldn't wait to get my belly full and go home. We ordered dunged wings and other delicious shot tea I had never ate. I never worried about the costs. After the meal, I stood up and wanted to leave, but after watching his goofy face, I decided to stick around for a while. The guy looked so naive and inexperienced. I felt sorry for him just eating his food and leaving. We sat there having a talk. The most boring talk ever. Soon, he told me he wanted to go and collect his phone he had left at the cell phone shop to get fixed. When we got there, Teco chatted the guy fixing phones, and then came back and told me the dude told us to wait in the back while he finished working on the phone. We sat on the couch, and the room was a bit dark. Teco then started off by touching my hair, and I just left him thinking he was just a harmless flower. Soon, the dude had his tongue in my ear and on my neck, which caught me off guard. Just before I knew it, his hand was up my skirt and rubbing my couchie. I wanted to stop him, but I just couldn't. I was powerless. It felt so good. He started off by muffing me until I couldn't control my moaning. Then he started stroking me hard until I begged him to stop. He stopped for a while, then started going in slowly, making sure to keep eye contact. I started calling his name. Then he leaned and kissed me on the mouth, and I thought he was finished. He then tossed me around, and then he went hard dog style, and he held my hand tight, pressing my behind against his pipe. We both cam, and it was beautiful. We cuddled for a while, and he kissed me on the forehead, and he told me, "Afiwi, I love you." We dressed up, and he left purportedly to check on his phone. While alone at that jiffy, I realized Teco was a great guy in bed and a great lover. I just wanted to know him a little bit more. I stayed at the back for some time and looked at my watch and saw 30 minutes had gone. I went to the front to check up on him, and the guy at the front told me something that shocked me. He assured me he didn't know Teco, he wasn't fixing his phone, and that he only met him when we both showed up. When we showed, he said Teco came over to ask for a room for a quickie and handed him a 100 Rand bill. That moment I tried calling Teco and messaging him, thinking the cell phone guy was telling lies. I fell to the floor when I realized I was blocked on all socials and my phone wasn't getting through. I realized Teco wasn't that goofy guy I thought he was. In fact, he was a player, and I had gotten played in broad daylight. Imagine getting trapped, CKed, and blocked on the same day. With no money in my purse, I sat on the bench outside the shop, wondering how I was going to get home.